Honourable Senators, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Bail Amendment Act 2019, Act number 17 of 2019, be now read a second time. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Amend the Bail Amendment Act 2019, Act number 17 of 2019.
Attorney General.
Madam President, in accordance with Standing Order 661, I beg to move that the Bail Amendment Extension of Duration Bill 2022 be committed to a committee of the whole Senate forthwith to be considered clause by clause.
Honourable Senators, the question is that the Bail Amendment Extension of Duration Bill 2022 be committed to a committee of the whole Senate forthwith to be considered clause by clause. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The Senate shall now go into committee of the whole to consider the bill clause by clause. I remind members that there are 3 clauses to the bill.
Clause 1.
The question is that clause 1 stand part of the bill. The question is that clause 1 now stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Clause 1 now stands part of the bill.
Clause 2.
The question is that clause 2 stand a part of the bill. The question is that clause 2 now stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Clause 2 now stands part of the bill.
Clause 3.
The question is that clause 3 stand a part of the bill. The question is that clause 3 now stand
Madam
part
Chair?
of the... Yes?
I have a question. I'm not too sure whether it will be here in this clause or elsewhere, to the Honourable Attorney General. I note that with respect to the specified offences under this bill, that buggery is included. Can the Honourable Attorney General state whether that is listed as specified offences under this bill?
Attorney General.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, if I may answer the Honourable Senator. Buggery, Honourable Senator, is actually specified in those terms in the second schedule to the pre-2019 legislation. You'll recall when I laid out the 2 different schedules. I laid out the schedule of the pre-2019 legislation, to which we will revert if we don't take this legislation forward. Under the current Act 17 of 2019, buggery would be included in the general offences under the Sexual Offences Act. Yes, it's not specified. But that question of buggery as a specified offence doesn't specifically arise under the amendment that we have in place now, subject to the fact that there is an outstanding case of Jason Jones which deals with that issue, and the government is awaiting the decision of that case before taking a position on it.
Follow-up question, Madam Chair.
Sure.
I understand the context in which the Honourable Attorney General has responded, and I just wanted to know, given that the argument thus far by the government has been the crime and security risk to Trinidad and Tobago, whether it is the government's position that buggery is a crime and security risk to Trinidad and Tobago. Honorable Attorney General.
Can I put it this way, Honorable Senator? When one looks at the serious offenses, and I spoke to it a little earlier, the serious offenses spelled out in the Schedule 2 of the legislation, as I have just said, deals with sexual offenses and offenses against children. In those general terms, a sexual offense against a child is a serious crime specified in the second part 2 of the second schedule. The government has not and reserves its position with specific reference to the act of buggery to await the determination of the outstanding decision in Jason Jones.
So, Honorable.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So, Honorable Senators, the question is that Clause 3 now stand part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Clause 3 now stands part of the bill.
The preamble.
The question is that the preamble to the bill be approved. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The preamble to the bill is approved. Honorable Senators, the question is that the bill will now be reported to the Senate. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The bill will now be reported to the Senate. Attorney General.
Madam President, I beg to move that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Bail Amendment Act.
Attorney General.
Sorry.
Yes. We're dealing with the report of the committee.
That the bill be reported to the committee.
No. The results of the
if you
committee.
Give me 1
sure.
minute, please,
Yes,
President.
take your time. Members, please.
And my apologies. I hastened up here from downstairs and took me a little while to get my papers together. Madam President, I wish to report that the Bail Amendment Extension of Duration Bill 2022 was considered in Committee of the Whole and approved without amendments. I now beg to move that the Senate agree with the committee's report.
Honourable Senators, the question is that this Senate agree with the committee's report on the Bail Amendment Extension of Duration Bill 2022. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No.
Dr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Amor?
Yes.
Ms. Gopi Schoon?
Yes.
Mr. Sinanan?
Yes.
Mr. Hussain?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Bacchus?
Yes.
Mr. De Freitas?
Yes.
Mrs. Sagram Singh Sukla?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Lazama Leasing?
Yes.
Mr. Hislop?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Mark?
No.
Ms. John?
No.
Ms. Lachmidial?
No.
Mr. Naked?
No.
Mr. Leiter,
No.
Mr. Roberts,
No.
Mr. Richards,
No.
Dr. Dayal Singh, Ms. Deonarine,
No.
Ms. Sipasad,
No.
Mr. Timau,
No.
Mrs. Thompson-Aye,
Yes.
Dr. Dillon Remy,
Yes.
Mr. Welch,
Abstain.
Mr. Drayton,
Yes.
pardon?
Yes.
Madam President, the result of the division is 18 members voting in favor of, 11 voted against, 1 abstention.
Honorable Senators, the result of the division is as follows. 18 senators voted that the Senate agree with the committee's report. 11 senators voted against it, and 1 senator abstained. Therefore, the motion, the question as put, is passed. Attorney General.
Madam President, I beg to move that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Bail Amendment Act 2019, Act number 17 of 2019, be now read a third time and passed.
Honorable Senators, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Bail Amendment Act 2019, Act number 7 of 2019, be now read a third time and passed. Honorable Senators, this bill requires a special majority, and therefore the clerk will conduct a division.
Dr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Amor,
Yes.
Ms. Gopi Schoon,
Yes.
Mr. Sinanan,
Yes.
Mr. Hussain,
Yes.
Ms. West,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Bacchus,
Yes.
Mr. De Freitas,
Yes.
Mrs. Sagram Singh Suklal,
Yes.
Mr. Singh,
Yes.
Mrs. Lazama Lee Singh,
Yes.
Mr. Hislop,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mr. Mark,
Absolutely not. No.
Ms. John,
No.
Ms. Lakshmi Dayal,
No.
Mr. Naked,
No.
Mr. Leiter,
No.
Mr. Roberts,
No.
Mr. Richards,
No.
Dr. Dayal Singh,
No.
Ms. Deonarine,
No.
Ms. Sipasad,
No.
Mr. Timau,
No.
Mrs. Thompson-Aye,
Yes.
Dr. Dillon Remy,
Yes.
Mr. Welch,
Abstain.
Mr. Drayton,
Yes.
Madam President, the result of the division is 18 members voted in favor of, 11 members voted against, there was 1 abstention.
Honorable Senators, the result of the division on the motion that the bill be read a third time and pass is as follows. 18 senators voted yes, 11 senators voted against, said no, 1 senator abstained. The bill is therefore not passed. Honorables,
Private bill.
Honourable Senators, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Organization of Trinidad and Tobago Incorporation Act 1993, Act number 16 of 1993, be now read a second time. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
An act to amend the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Organization of Trinidad and Tobago Incorporation Act 1993, Act number 16 of 1993.
Honourable Senators, the question is that the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Organization of Trinidad and Tobago Incorporation Amendment Bill 2022 be committed to a committee of the whole Senate forthwith to be considered clause by clause. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The Senate shall now go into committee of the whole to consider the bill clause by clause.
Clauses 1 and 2.
The question is that clauses 1 and 2 stand part of the bill. The question is that clauses 1 and 2 now stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Clauses 1 and 2 now stand part of the bill.
The preamble.
The question is that the preamble be approved. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The preamble to the bill is approved. Honourable Senators, the question is that the bill be now reported to the Senate. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The bill will now be reported to the Senate. Honourable Senators, the bill having been considered in the Committee of the Whole and approved without amendments, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Organization of Trinidad and Tobago Incorporation Act 1993, Act number 16 of 1993, be forthwith read a third time and passed. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Amend the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Organization of the Trinidad and Tobago Incorporation Act 1993, Act number 16 of 1993.
Honourable Senators, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Tobago Council for Handicapped Children Incorporation Act be now read a second time. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Amend the Tobago Council for Handicapped Children Incorporation Act
Honourable Senators, the question is that the Tobago Council for Handicapped Children Incorporation Amendment Bill 2022 be committed to a committee of the whole Senate forthwith to be considered clause by clause. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The Senate shall now go into committee of the whole to consider the bill clause by clause.
Clauses 1 and 2.
The question is that clauses 1 and 2 stand part of the bill. The question is that clauses 1 and 2 now stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
The preamble.
The question is that the preamble to the bill be approved. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The preamble to the bill is approved. Honourable Senators, the question is that the bill be now reported to the Senate. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The bill will now be reported to the Senate. Honourable Senators, the bill having been considered in the Committee of the Whole and approved without amendments, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Amend the Tobago Council for Handicapped Children Incorporation Act be forthwith read a third time and passed. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Amend the Tobago Council for Handicapped Children Incorporation Act.
Leader of Government Business.
Madam President, I beg to move that this Senate do now adjourn to a date to be fixed.
Senators, before I put the question on the adjournment, leave has been granted for a matter to be raised. Senator Mark.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, the matter that I'm about to raise is one of grave interest to the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It deals with the need for the government to call for an investigation and public report on the decision of First Citizens Bank to invest and or loan a further US $45 million to Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited, a Jamaican-based company but located, I understand, in Barbados at this time. Madam President, it was in March of 2022 that an article written by Anthony Wilson titled First Citizens Increases Exposure to Barita's Parent. And I want to quote sections of this article for our consumption. Majority-owned state First Citizens Bank agreed to lend a private Jamaican company, Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited, the majority shareholder of publicly listed Barita Investments Limited, up to an additional US $45 million. The two-tranche loan would take the Trinidad and Tobago Bank's debt exposure to Cornerstone to some US $85.1 million, and the debt and equity exposure of the First Citizens Group to an estimated US $125 million. Madam President, US $85.1 million debt exposure of our bank to Cornerstone is provided in the following breakdown, in the following tranches. First Citizens enter into an agreement dated April 24, 2020 to lend Cornerstone US $25 million. Madam President, First Citizens entered into an agreement to extend an additional loan facility of US $15.1 million to Cornerstone in July of 2021. And then in February of 2022, First Citizens Bank agreed to extend additional credit facilities to this same company up to US $45 million. And that was disbursed in two tranches of US $20 million and $25 million US respectively. Now, Madam President, it's important to note that Cornerstone Financial Holdings, which is an offshore company whose directors are nameless and faceless, there's no transparency and accountability involving this company. This company owns 75% of Barita Investments Limited. So, Madam President, here it is, a company that owns assets belonging to the people of this country amounting to $46 billion is taking our money to lend to a company called Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited, which is an offshore company. You cannot locate them on the public listed trading front. They are not on the stock exchange. This company is privately owned. The shareholders are unknown. We don't know who are the shareholders of Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited. And Madam President, we are very concerned, Madam President, as a country. We have no problem with First Citizens investing in the Northern Caribbean. We have no problem. We have no problem with diversification of our bank. But we do have a problem, Madam President, with our bank getting into an arrangement with fly-by-night companies that we have no history on, no background of. And we have invested close to $500 million of depositors' monies and savers' monies into a fly-by-night Cornerstone Financial Holdings Company Limited. Madam President, this is a serious matter affecting our bank and our depositors. I am a depositor and saver in First Citizens Bank. I have been there for the last 30 years and beyond, and I want to protect my deposit, and I want to protect the deposit of the hundreds of thousands of citizens who deposit money in the First Citizens Bank. So, Madam President, we are concerned. Madam President, I want to bring to your attention a Cornerstone Financial Holding Limited financial statement, which I happen to get. It is dated and ending, September 30th, 2020. Now, Madam President, would you believe that this company that we are talking about, with assets according to the balance sheet that I have before me, their asset base is $557 million Jamaican as at the end of 2020, Madam President. And you know what is the share equity of this company? Madam President, you know the share equity of this company? In 2019, the equivalent of $5,034. and in 2020, it's $6,534. How can you have our First Citizens Bank investing in such a company whose shareholdings and equity is so low on their balance sheets? Madam President, when you look at this report carefully, this company is heavily leveraged. They are borrowing monies all over the place. And here who they are borrowing monies from, according to this balance sheet and report here. Madam President, they are borrowing money from JMMB, Jamaica, located in Jamaica. Long-term loan, they call it, Madam President. They are borrowing monies from our bank, the First Citizens Bank of the Republic of T&T, Madam President. And this company, Madam President, is also, they borrowed money from corporate bond holders, 46 million, First Citizens, 25 million, JMMB, 5.6 million, JN Bank Limited, 4.2 million. Madam President, this is a matter of grave concern to the people of this country. We need an explanation, we need an investigation into this matter. How can First Citizens take our money and invest our money in an institution, in a company that is offshore, that is not known to the world? You can't find their directors anywhere. That is a criminal act that has taken place. And we call on this government to launch an investigation and to tell First Citizens, even if they want to open a bank in Jamaica, which we understand they want to do, and we are happy for them to open a bank in Jamaica or in Guyana or wherever they want to open a bank. But do not go and invest in companies that are fly-by-night, that are involved in Ponzi scheme, that are overly leveraged, Madam President. And that is why I have raised this matter, to get the government to speak and to get the government to clarify.
Senator Mark, your time has expired. Minister in the Ministry of Finance.
Madam President, now for the truth. Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited is the parent company of Barita Investment Limited. Barita Investment Limited is publicly listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange via 3 purchases in September 2020, December 2020, and final purchase in September 2021. First Citizens Investment Services Limited purchased shares in Barita at a weighted average price of $64.45 Jamaican. Since the acquisition of a total of 90,795,154 shares, the value of the shares has appreciated substantially, and a share is now trading at $87.95 Jamaican, a gain of $23.50 Jamaican, compared to the average price of purchase of $64.45 Jamaican. What is clear is that this was a sound investment decision made by First Citizens Investment Services Limited, as that company has benefited from a capital gain of 36.5% in addition to the regular dividend payments, which have also been received from the said investment. All this notwithstanding that the investment only amounted to 7.44% of the company. As regards to specific wording of the motion in which an investigation is being called for into a reported loan of a further $45 million USD to Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited, the Honorable Senator is, however, asked to note that pursuant to Section 55(1) of the Financial Institutions Act, Chapter 7909 of the Revised Laws of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, licensed financial institutions are restricted from sharing client confidential information. For the benefit of the Honorable Senator, the wording of Section 55(1) is as follows. No licensee, financial holding company, controlling shareholder, significant shareholder, or affiliate of a licensee, and no director, officer, employee, or agent of a licensee, financial holding company, or other controlling shareholder or affiliate who receives information relating to the business or other affairs of a depositor or customer of the licensee or of any other person shall disclose the information unless A, the disclosure is required under compulsion of law. B, there is a duty to the public to disclose the information. C, the interest of the licensee requires disclosure. Or D, the depositor or customer expressly or impliedly consents to the disclosure. The Honourable Senator may wish to note that none of the conditions mentioned at A, B, or C above can be applied in this instance, and therefore, we are bound by legislation to respect the confidentiality between licensee and client. Thank you.
Honourable Senators, the question is that this Senate do now adjourn to a date to be fixed. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. This Senate now stands adjourned to a date to be fixed.